live from Japan. It is Thursday, June 14th, and this is Stark Raving Totals. Welcome to the segment. Not a lot going on today in Major League Baseball. Just a few games left here on the card as teams get ready to travel, for their weekend series. But we do have one play. Thank you for joining the segment. Again, and this Stark Raving Totals, we do it Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Do not forget, as always. Oh, well, first of all, I got to mention, we got some stuff going on at Sportsbook Review for World Cup that you really want to tune into. We got some new segments going on. Seems like that is the focus. That's not my focus because I don't handicap football, soccer known to Americans. But we have a lot of good stuff going on, so you really want to check that out. It's going to help you get prepared to handicap the World Cup properly and make hopefully make a profit. SBRpicks.com, Sportsbook Review, that's the main web page. Of course, this YouTube channel right here. And don't forget also our Facebook page as well. Okay, so this is what we got going on. This is probably going to be a pretty quick segment because there's only 4 games left on the card in Major League Baseball. So in this segment, we cover Major League Baseball, and we're going to be covering WNBA this summer. So that's about it. Let's recap our games the other day. So we were 1-2 in the WNBA. I thought the calls were okay. It just didn't roll our way. And then we did hit our Major League Baseball play with Baltimore and Boston over the total. And yeah, it was lucky. This was 2 days back. And yeah, it was lucky. However, I mean, they scored 8 runs in like the first 5 innings. So I thought it should have gone over the whole time. And then finally, we got some 9th inning magic. So we'll take it. But it should have gone over. I thought the call was good. That's what's important to me. So we're going to go back to Boston today, actually. Well, they're in Seattle, but we're going to go back to them as a team. Right now on the card, this is what we got left. We got San Diego, Atlanta going on with Ross versus Sanchez. It's at 8.5. We're talking about the totals now. Little lean on the over. Ross is pretty good. I'm not big on Sanchez. Also in the National League after that, we got the Mets at Arizona. You got Cook taking on Vargas. I don't know about that one. It's at 9. A little bit higher juice on the under. I don't know how that stays under. Maybe that humidor is going to come into effect more in Arizona. But Arizona's been swinging the bats a lot better over this past week. Tampa Bay and New York is really compelling to me because Snell has pitched really well this year, except for his one outing versus the Yankees where he got lit up. Right now it's at 8.5, a little bit higher juice on the 8.5. Herman, jury's still out. He's going to be good, but he's just a rookie. So we'll see what happens with that one. I kind of like Tampa Bay getting on the plus money line there because Snell's been really good. So I'm not really sure how that's going to roll out either. That one's a little bit tough to predict. Let's get to Boston and Seattle. So this is what we got. This is our one play today. Please tune in for Saturday, Sunday as well, as we'll have some more picks on the board. I'm starting to get dialed in with WNBA. I've hit my last 2. I had the under today with the Fever and Atlanta. Really lucky in that game. If you checked out the WNBA, because they scored over 80 points the first half, but then the third quarter they came out and they scored like 20 points. So got really lucky, but I hit the under with that one. And then yesterday I had the over with Washington and Connecticut, in which was actually a really good basketball game. Okay, let's talk baseball. And I've been rolling actually in Japanese baseball last couple days. So I'm starting to pick some units back up. This is really okay. First of all, look, check this out. Okay, so Boston and Seattle, we got Price versus Hernandez. Now, this game, you go 3 years back, this game's 7.5. This is no 8.5 nonsense, but it's at 8.5, and there's higher juice actually on the under, but I'm going to go over. On this one. And although, it seemed like the under's in play and the public is on the over, and I hate that. I hate going with the public, but I just like how Seattle's swinging the bats right now. And I'm sorry, Felix Hernandez is just not the same pitcher he used to be. His numbers are terrible this year. 5.70 ERA. His whip's only about 1.3, so that's not bad. At home, 4.00 ERA. Or 4.04. His whip's been really good. But the Red Sox can freaking hit, man. They can really hit. So Felix is good at home, but Boston owns him. Over the last 3 seasons, he has an ERA over 10 versus that's totally true. He's got a ERA. I know because it seems strange, but over the last 3 seasons versus the Red Sox, they've crushed him. 1.57 ERA. He's given up 18 earned runs in 14 innings versus the Red Sox. They're hitting 365 against him. They've crushed him. But the line has see. No, so here's the thing. So why isn't the line higher? Because it can't be. Because you have Felix Hernandez at home, and you have David Price, who's pitched really well since he stopped playing video games. He's been great over his last several starts. So the line, it can't be at 9. They cannot set this line at 9. That'd just be way too high. So 8.5 seems a nice middle number for the American League, but I think it goes over. Although the public's on the over, I think it goes over. I mean, you look at these teams, their last 3 games, they've hit the ball really well. Boston's hitting, well, especially Seattle. Boston's only hitting 231, but they did score some runs against Baltimore. On the season, they're hitting 262. They hit right-handers really well. They hit 270 versus right-handers. I don't get those disparities so much. Seattle's been on fire. They're hitting 360 of their last 3 games. And versus lefties this year, like they only struggled against one, and that was Snell, who's going against New York today. But they've been hitting lefties really well, hitting lefties about like 260. At home, they're hitting 260. I think they could score some runs. Really interesting fact about these two teams: out of the last 8 games they've matched up, it's gone under the total 7 of those 8 games, and 5 of those games the other team scored 0 runs. Really weird. Some really weird statistics going into this game. So Boston's traveling. That bugs me a little bit as well. But I think they get the hits. I think they get enough. Seattle's been swinging the bats really well. I'm sure they're going to be very excited to face Boston. Who's not excited to face Boston? And I'm going over the 8.5. I think they get there. Yeah, not a lot of other, a ton of statistics go. Both teams are hitting the ball really well this year. I mean, you look at their overall statistics on the season. I mean, you're talking about 2 of the better hitting teams in the American League. I mean, Seattle's been great. I mean, they're 5th, hitting 261 overall. Boston's 1st. They're hitting 262. There's all their slugging percentage, their power numbers are all really, really stellar. Seattle's 7th in the league in OPS. Boston's 2nd. I mean, they can hit, man. I just have a hard time believing Price and Hernandez are going to come in and put up a lot of zeros. So I'm going to go and take a shot here over the 8.5. It's not something I love, but out of the games that are left, I like it the most. Kind of like the under with that Tampa Bay New York game, just a little bit. But I like Boston Seattle over. That's it. Just a 1-unit play. We'll have some more action on Saturday. So if you guys got something better for me, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear it. All right. So what do you guys got? Let me get a swig of coffee here. All right, we got Doug coming in. Doug, hey Doug, good to see you. Yeah, he's testing. Yeah, you're okay, Doug. And this, I'm guessing, I'm thinking this is Doug, my friend from Seattle. I'm guessing that's correct, or it could be a different Doug. Are you gonna give World Cup picks? No, I just mentioned that. Yeah, I don't know. Prognosticos Deportivos. Hello, boy. Who you calling boy? Doug, Lynx have been bad lately. For WNBA, yeah, they haven't started out really well. I like the Sun. They were down like 30 yesterday versus the Mystics, and they came back and took the lead. They almost won the game. Washington's pretty good, though. Yellow Dawn's back. Doug W. with the Yankees on the over. Okay. I kind of like the under in that one. Marco, hey. I'm doing well. How are you? Tampa's a live dog. I think Tampa's a live dog as well. We'll see. Francisco, don't follow baseball, but I do know the Mets suck. And trending down, and D-backs are trending up. So why is the line going in the Mets' direction? Are D-backs a solid pick? Thanks. Yeah, I have no idea why that's happening. That would make me want to back the Mets. I don't know, man. Vargas has been terrible this year, so I have no idea why the line's moving like that. I didn't see anything on the injury report. Maybe somebody's out we're not aware of. I have no idea, Francisco. That's at 9 for the total. I kind of like the over. And Doug, Boston rocks Seattle. Yeah, well, the numbers versus Felix have been really good. Casey, Mystics Sun game. Wow, that was a wild entertainment. Yeah, that was an awesome game. I had the over on that one. Doug, even if Felix had a good, okay. Doug, Felix was great last game when I faded him 1-2 to 1. Okay. Well, I mean, it's Felix Hernandez. He's still got something in the arm. I mean, look, it's a 1 unit play for over the total. I mean, Felix might pitch well, David might pitch well, but I think Boston and Seattle both swing the bats pretty well today. I think they overcome this 8.5, if you will. Let's see. Boston run line is my lock of the year. Okay. And let's continue now. Bill Chuckster. Is the run line the same as the spread in NBA or NFL? No. You're talking about the 1.5 line. I hate the 1.5 line because like half of Major League Baseball games all end in one run. Or it's like 40, it's like 30-40%, something like that. Maybe 30%. I don't know how to answer that. No, I'd say no. Just off the cuff, I'd say no. I think it's quite different. Let me continue. I think it's always better to take the plus money line. Always better take the plus money line. Marco. Okay. Seattle can hit, and Price is very hittable on that Boston rotation. I see a close game, and with Mariners' luck factor at being home, I see a one-run game, and the Mariners could pull it out. Sure, they could. They're hitting 360 over their last 3 games. They're crushing the ball. Also, the way I look at it at this, just from a really not scientific perspective, is I think both teams can score 4 runs. Okay. Francisco. Adult diapers outsell baby diapers in Japan due to their aging population. I did not know that. Fun facts. Okay. Caused somewhat by their immigration policy. Is aging population something you notice? And can you become a Japanese citizen? No, I cannot become a Japanese citizen. Oh, hold on. Actually, that's not true. No, I think I can. You can be a foreigner, but it's difficult. I know some people who have become a Japanese citizen because they'll play like on the Japanese national team. Foreigners will come here and become Japanese citizens. So yes, technically I could, but the process is really difficult, and their immigration policies are super tough. Super, super tough. It's very, very hard to live and work in Japan. You have to have a sponsor. You have to have somebody sponsoring you. It's pretty tight, man. And there's no guns either. It's a really different country. And let's continue with Doug. I love Japanese women. That's just me. Okay. Let's continue down. Doug, it's good to see you. Marco, but based on totals, 8.5, money is coming in on the under for the Mariners. Money's coming in on the under. Yeah, I think you're well. It started out the higher juice was minus 120, and right now the line hasn't moved, but the juice has moved just a little bit at some places. So it's not, if there's money coming in, it's about even. Let's continue on down. Bill, Doug the Pug. Okay, Ron. Morning, Chad. Friday, good matchup. WNBA, Storm and the Sun. Yeah, I'd like to get a line on that. What a great comeback by Connecticut. Too bad they came up short. That is going to be a really good basketball game, and I think it's going to be a very high-scoring affair. Those teams can both score, so look for that one to probably go over. It's going to be, that line's going to come out like 169, 170. Watch. It's going to be a really high line. I'm going to start getting the WNBA. I'm kind of getting excited for it because I've hit my last 2. Because I hit, like I said, I hit with the Fever on the under today. That was pretty lucky. And then I had the over with the Washington game yesterday. It's unfortunate that you guys are catching, I'm telling you guys this, but I'm on, I'm not going to lie to you guys. It'd just be nice to give out those plays so you guys can hit them. What I need to do is hit the games while I'm in here. Let's continue on down. And Ish Kurt, parlay with Seattle on the over. Okay. And Attil's 24 Stark. I'm trying the plus money line thing in Major League Baseball. I think that's great. Padres plus 171. Padres plus 181. Oh, okay. Padres. Oh, okay. And that's plus 145. I think you made a typo there, but that's okay. Twice against the Yanks, 2-2, and up. Yep. Starting to look at lines differently. Thanks, man. Yeah, man. Plus money line is the way to go. Love plus money line. I was more. Handicapping is really weird. So I would say this is going to sound strange, but just bear with me. I had more success financially, not a ton, but more success. I've had the most success financially betting the plus money line in sports across the board than I've ever had in over about a 1.5 to 2 year window. I had so much success, but it was really stressful because there's going to be at times. So this is for you, a Tills 24. There's going to be at times where you just lose, man. Where you'll go like a week and you'll go down like 3-4 units, and it's really you'll get on some really bad streaks, and it's so frustrating because you'll have these plus money line winners that start to cover, but they don't win, and you get really frustrated. Not talking about Major League Baseball, but NBA, for example, or like college football for me. But you gotta stick with it. For me, I started to get a little bit uncomfortable, and I didn't like it because I need to be, I'm emotionally pretty stable, but it was affecting me a little bit too much, so I kind of changed it. I'll still play plus money lines, but I don't play them exclusively. I used to do it just plus money lines. I don't do that anymore. So now I kind of I vary my picks, and and it's just for me, I have enjoyed it a lot more. I haven't had as much success, but pretty close, and I've just been happier. Which really that's where you got to be. You got to be comfortable in what you're doing. So plus money line, excellent strategy, but be prepared for some real downtrends. Okay, you have to be really mentally tough, and I'm pretty mentally tough, but it just got to a point where it wasn't very enjoyable. So, anyways, so I still do plus money line. I think WNBA is great for plus money line. Shoot, if you would have done it yesterday, you'd have been, or not today's game, but yesterday, you would have been rolling. I mean, you get some really good plus money line value, and I think the parity is still there. You look at the Fever; they haven't won a game this year, but man, they've been competitive. So you might want to look at them, taking them on the plus money line on a game here pretty soon, because they're going to win a game. I can go on forever about that. That's good stuff, man. I hate it when I scroll down too much. Doug. Oh, okay. I have a bug. Okay. I think there's value in the red lines. Until, do you go by chat? Yeah, I usually go by chat. Or Charles. Both are okay. Henry with the laugh. Bill, Chuckster, I lost 2 units this morning. I'm depressed and anxious until tomorrow's World Cup games. Any advice on how to perk myself up? Oh, gosh, Bill. Oh, gosh, Bill. I don't know you personally, so I'm not really sure. When I lose 2 units, I don't know. I don't really worry about it. I just kind of go and play with my kids and just go have fun or maybe hit the gym. Or I don't chase, that's for sure. Sometimes I do. I'm human. It's rare. Maybe like once a month I'll go on. Once every couple months I go on tilt a little bit, but I'll always rein myself in. I don't know, buddy. Just hang in there. Talk to me. Not often you get to talk to somebody from Japan. Ron, how did you manage to narrow your games down to make less plays per day? Discipline. Ron, that took some time, man. That took me over about 2 years. 2 years of wavering and not seeing a lot of growth in my income about 4 years ago. Yeah. So like this game, I'm taking Boston, Seattle. I'm going over the 8.5. I already had one game in WNBA, which I won. So I'm cool with myself today if I lose this game, and I will have a Japanese game later. But I got to watch. I got to be kind of careful. It's raining in Japan. A lot of games are going to be canceled, and that's it for me. It takes time. You just have to. It's just discipline, man. You have to look at it from a different perspective. You got to look at it from how much money can I make this month. It's tough. Great question. Thanks, Ron. Always good stuff. Doug, put the house on Germany or Brazil. Don't do that. Bill, I'm not confident enough to bet on Major League Baseball. Good, then don't. Good for you. Yeah, you got to be able to rein yourself in. I think that's great. Bill, I think that's great. I'm not confident enough to bet on Major League Baseball. Yeah, then don't. I think that's great, man. That's recognizing yourself as a handicapper. That's really good. That's going to help you win more money in the future, or be a better handicapper and pull in more profits. Osmanawan, Bill in the house. Doug. Charles, what do you think about the aces? I had a good conversation with with a friend yesterday. We were talking. He comes into this segment as well. We message each other a little bit, and he was talking about the angle because of Lambeer coaching the Aces, taking on New York yesterday. They're coming off of. I didn't like. He liked the over. I didn't like it because they were coming off a back to back. But Bill Lambeer is a pretty good basketball coach. I agreed with that. So they'll be okay. I don't have a huge opinion on it. I mean, let's full transparency. If you talk to me about the WNBA, I cannot tell you like the starting lineup for any team. I can't. I don't know the players well enough. I do know who the major stars are, and I kind of know the coaches, but not well enough. I don't care about. I'm really big on the statistics overall and how the teams were performing and the matchups with other teams. That's what I'm looking at. And actually, when I do that, it helps me keep a kind of an outlying perspective of it. I'm not because I'm not emotionally invested in the teams because I don't really care that much about the WNBA. I do care that I can profit from it though. So the NBA is different. I know the starting lineups and the coaches, and I know their schedules, and I know what's going on, and I'm kind of emotionally involved in that because I really like the NBA and college basketball as well. That's my number one sport. So I went off on a tangent there. So what do I think about the Aces? I think it's cool that they're in the league. I think they're a pretty fast-paced team, and I'll be very intrigued to see how they do the rest of the year, but not that much. Kevin J, WNBA is decent. I think WNBA is going to become bigger only because sports handicapping is going to become legal across America. So WNBA is going to start getting probably more financially solvent. I think it's going to improve because people are going to play on it. Like me, I've only looked at the WNBA really on the plus money line over the last couple of seasons, but now I'm looking at the totals more and the handicapping side more, everything more. But this segment's about totals, so we'll focus on the totals. I'm going to make a profit with the WNBA. I'm excited about that. Marco, San Francisco Giants finally score a run. Oh my gosh, second inning, and now it is the 60th inning. Yeah, I was looking at that also. I was the 13th last time I checked it. That must be the longest scoreless innings in one game. Yeah, baseball is crazy, man. Doug, I was fading Vegas, but now they are covering. It goes up and down. Flipper, did we all hit the under in the WNBA game this morning? I did. Yeah, I did. Fun fact. Okay, here's second time I've said that today. Here's an interesting story. So I saw it came out. So I live in Japan. So it came out at 155.5. I saw that and I'm like, I'm on the under. Unfortunately, there's only one book that has it early, and I think it's Bet Online. I don't have Bet Online. I have other books. So for me, it doesn't come out till really late. I got kids, and I work full time, and I'm tired. So I go to bed. I tell myself, okay, I'm going to bed. What really disappoints me is that it was going off at such an early game. And I said, okay, if I get up in the middle of the night, I'm going to take a look at the line. And then that's what happened. I got up in the middle of the night to use the restroom, and then I grabbed my phone real quick because I remember I wanted to check it. I checked it. It dropped to 152.5, and I took it. I put a whole unit on it right there. It was so funny because I was like 152.5, and I'm like, I'm putting in. There you go. And I go back to sleep. I wake up, give my wife a kiss, and then I got to give the wife a kiss first before you check your phone. And then and then I checked it, and I saw the under, and I was like, okay, cool. It ended up at 139, and I was like, oh, sweet, I hit it easy. And then I checked the game, and I was like, holy cow, I got really lucky with the third quarter. There was my little WNBA story. So I hate it when they have early games because I want the lines to come out sooner, but they're not. That's frustrating, and that happens to me in Japan sometimes. There's my WNBA story today. Sorry, that was probably really boring. Sorry. Oh, Osmano on Bill, don't bet the World Cup. World Cup's great to watch. It's hard to bet, man. I think it's just awesome. Bill, Chuckster, do you know any ancient Japanese home remedies for a headache? No, but what we have in Japan is this stuff here called let me show it to you. This is called, can you see that? That's called Loxonin, and it's a little bit better than Advil. It's what I use for a headache. It's really good stuff. They don't really have it in sorry, it looks like a little fuzzy there. You can see the katakana writing on it. It's called Roxonin, but we say Loxonin. Anyways, really good for headaches. They don't have it in America. You won't find it. Good. It's not an ancient Japanese home remedy though. Sorry. Let's continue. Osmano on correct line value. Okay, so we only got a few more minutes here. Let's just go ahead and finish up some comments, and then I'll tell you, we'll recap this. Thanks for everybody coming in. Like the video. I know it's kind of a short one today, but not a lot of games left. Let's see if we can hit this one. Marco, this game is spooking me on my bed. Okay, Osmano, drink a lot of water, Bill. Sniff on some nice. Okay. Okay, we're running a little bit long, but we get a little bit extra time. Sorry. Let me get back up here. Oh my gosh. Here we go. All right, let's get back to the comments here. Hit money. If you had Twitter, you could get those plays out. Yeah, I mean, I could get those plays out, but I mean, I could get those plays out, but why would I want to? I mean, I'm busy, man. I mean, I could get those plays out. Like I have people hitting me up, and they're friends of mine, and they ask me about handicapping stuff and things like that, and they'll ask me what games I'm on, and that's cool. I don't mind doing that. But it just seems like if I was to do that with Twitter, I might get blown up a little bit, and I don't know, hit money. I don't know. Maybe that's something we'll look for in the future. If this segment gets big enough and we get enough people in here, then we could probably make it more days a week, and then we could be more consistent. So tell your friends about the segment. Let's make it bigger. How about that? Let's do that. Anyways. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too old for that stuff. Attils, 24. Oh, this is Triple Beams. Oh, okay. I got you, man. Doug, Charles, LeBron, or MJ? I'm leaning towards a tie right now. LeBron's friggin' stupid. He's so good. I'm kind of an MJ guy. I don't know. I mean, honestly, look, I'm not going to envy anybody because they can throw a ball into a hoop. I think we need to stop doing that as a society. I can go off on a tangent on that. I mean, I love the fact they're good at basketball, but that doesn't mean they're people I want my kids to look up to just because they can throw a ball in a hoop. There's a lot more people out there with a lot better integrity that I would rather have my family, my kids looking up to than guys that can hit a ball or can throw a ball. I mean, I love sports. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I'm not too worried about that sort of stuff. Sorry, I can get off on a tangent there. We do that though. We do that. And I got these posters back here, and I love watching Kawhi and Trout, and I love their skill as an athlete, but it's just they're good at a sport. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get into that too much, but I'm getting older now. I'm getting older. Oh, I sound like an old man. Sorry, Marco. This game is so sick. If you had the under 8 and the Giants Marlins game, yeah, that one is pretty crazy. Marco stayed under for 15. Yeah, just get screwed in the 16th inning. Yeah, Henry top of 16th. Yeah, Lloyd Christmas. It's hard to play plus money lines exclusively because those real bad weeks are hard. Yes, that's what I was just talking about. Totally true. And Tillis, got it, man. Thanks for additional insight. Doug, let's get real. Only 2 teams will win. Okay, I think we're talking about maybe World Cup. Links or the Sparks. I don't know. Marco, I have 2 underplays later today. I'm on the Yankees under and the Padres under. I kind of like that Yankees under because Snell got lit up against them, but he's pitched really well this year. I think he pitches well. Nobody ever wants to take the under with the Yankees, but I kind of like that. And Herman is going to be pretty good. That's a pretty good call. And let's continue. Osmanawan, Driggle. Okay, we already talked about that. I think we talked about that. Dexter Rojas. Stark. Dexter. Chuckster. Yankees pooped in my apple pie last night. I'm sorry about that, Bill. Dexter, how can I get your Japanese baseball picks? You can't because I don't put my picks in until about 10 minutes before the games go off. That's why, and so I always have my phone ready because I'm looking at line movements a lot in proportion to the starting pitchers. So you can't. And also it'd be like the middle of the night for you anyways, most likely. Lloyd, I mean, we could talk about real quick. I can tell you like who's starting today and what I generally like. But I'm going to continue on this segment. You'd have to ask me again about that. Lloyd, WNBA all done for the day, huh? Yep, that's it. I think we'll have some Saturday action though. Francisco, are there any key numbers on totals for MLB like in football? It's 41 or 51, or because a run is a run, in baseball. There is no key number. Hope that made sense. No, it did not. Please rephrase. Francisco. I don't think that. I think you're talking about like a specific number we're looking for where we're like, that's a really interesting line. Maybe 6.5. I don't know. I don't know. I think when you see like a line that's 6.5 or a line that's 10, that's not in Colorado, that's something to look at. Kevin, forgot to play WNBA today. That's okay. You might have lost. So that's okay. Lloyd, Japan has World Cup fever. Yes, they do. Bill, okay, talking to us about the headache advice. Marco, Giants game just went over. Yeah, we talked about that. Doug, Charles, will you ever show your wife on cam? She never says hi, and I want her take on your life. She would say my life is good. No, I will not put my wife on camera. I'd have to ask her for. I have a picture of her actually right behind me. But no, I'm not going to put her on camera unless she said it's okay. She's very pretty, of course, but she's just a whole lot of awesome is what she is. Let's continue. And that's a strange question there, Doug. Better watch it, young man. Dexter, what's your NBA play? Nothing right now because it's already over. We're going to wrap this up here pretty quick, guys. Marco, whenever you watch games like the Giants-Marlins matchup, you really wonder why you bet on unders a bit. Yeah, it just happens, man. It's sports. Osmano, sheesh, yesterday both WNBA dogs hit out. I know. Wasn't that crazy? And the Aces were on a back-to-back, and they were both like plus 10. Just think if you would have parlayed those. Crazy, man. Yeah, I know. Fever almost got their first win of the season. Tamor, hey, what's up? Good to see you. Osmanawan. I scrolled down too much. Oh my gosh. Okay, Osmanawan, WA is better than the CBB. Is that college basketball? That's not right. College basketball is great. Tamor, I like the WNBA, but I think it's hard for the sport to grow because so many people just watch highlights and the game is played below the rim. I think they should lower the rims. That's not a bad idea. I think it's going to get bigger because of the gambling aspect. Lloyd, is there a stat or trend regarding WNBA totals that are 160 or higher? I think the way the league's going, I think they're trying to pick up the pace in the league because there's a lot of high totals coming out and they're hitting them. So, but it doesn't mean they're always going to hit them. We'll talk more about that when we get a WNBA game going. Marco, NBA totals has been screwed by several players this year for doing really pointless shots at the end of games. Well, I really suspect some of those plays. Yeah, sometimes you do. It's sports. Tomorrow, I think the opening group stage games in the World Cup will trend over. Okay, the teams have fresh legs and teams aren't as afraid to be aggressive and give goals in the knockout stages. We have some good segments at Sportsbook Review you want to check out in regards to that. If you got comments, that's good stuff. Ron, are Japanese kids addicted to phones and games like US? Yes. Yeah, they are, especially when they get older. Sure. Bill, MLB teams with the best chance to win tonight. I kind of like Tampa Bay on the plus money line just because Snell's been so good. And Tampa Bay always plays New York tough. It seems like it to me, at least over the past decade. Marco, I have read of Korean kids playing video games 60 hours straight and then die. I don't know anything about it. Well, that's Korea. This is Japan. So I don't know a lot about that. Thanks for the comment. Casey, thanks, Chad. Thanks for all the info. Good. Dexter, how can we get your Japanese? Yeah. Again, I said you can't. Casey, he's a family man with a radio. Yes. Yes, I am. Doug, Twitter is the devil. Not worth getting death threat. Yeah, I'm going to stay off of Twitter. Zach, hey, what's up? Congrats to all those who tailed on Russia this morning. Easy 5-0 winner. And with the Giants at 6-3, Doug, LeBron is a class act and never did anything wrong. Yeah, he's all right. MJ has. Well, I'm sure LeBron has done some things wrong. He just hasn't. It hasn't been in the limelight as much. And Hit Money, your message is retracted. Tamor, LeBron is the one using peds, not Jordan. Yeah, LeBron lost 40 pounds when the NBA. That maybe. I don't know. The way they work out nowadays, that might not be the case. Okay, and you guys are talking about LeBron. I'm going to go ahead and skip that. Let's see. Marcus, what game are you on today? Okay, so we're taking the over with Boston, Seattle over the 8.5. Back to the pick. A lot of comments coming in. More. I'm on the over in the Yankees game. Okay. I like how they hit lefties, and Snell has had issues with home runs on the road. Herman has struggled. Okay. J Peach, Astros run line and overs are gold. Bill, Casey, Marcus, talking to each other. Okay, you guys are talking about. I'm not gonna get into that LeBron comment. Okay, let's continue. Okay, don't blow each other up, guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm sure LeBron's on a super nutrition program. I don't know. I don't know. I have no comment on that. Casey, that's the play Charles made. I'm following the scores in baseball. Red Sox have been up and down on the runs. I think they could go off. And Seattle has played really well lately. It's not a 9.5. Yeah, I'm surprised it's 8.5. It might go under, but I like the over. Come on. Okay, I'm not going to get into that conversation. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap this up. Okay, you guys are kind of blowing each other up. Okay. Oh no, it's just friendly banter. And I'm sorry, I'm finishing up here with some final. We got Teddy B coming in. I love the Boston Red Sox. First 5 over. Okay. Felix will get rocked today. Stark. Love the over. Okay. I like the over. I don't love it, but I like it. Teddy B, good to see you, man. And let's go ahead and continue. Have you seen Tampa Bay hitting? They went to extra innings against Estrada. And oh my gosh. Bill, Chuck Sharp, I'm telling you, please be my savior. Well, it's a 1-unit play, buddy. I hope it hits. I hope. Don't go crazy on it. It's baseball. And I see you guys are talking to each other, and I'm going to go and wrap this up. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they've had success against Felix. So, yeah, always a pleasure, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. All right. Hey, thanks for coming in. So our one play tonight, Boston, Seattle, we're going over the 8.5. I like the fact that Boston's hit Felix really well. I don't think Price gets out unscathed. So it's for me, my 1-unit play. We're going to take a shot here. We'll be back on Saturday for more Stark Raving Totals. Again, it's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. Look for us. The schedule might be changing here the next few weeks. So just pay attention. And again, thanks for all the comments. If we want to make the segment as big as possible. So please give a thumbs up. Please go ahead and like the video, share the video. Let's get as many people in as possible. Great comments today. I kind of went off on some tangents there. Sorry, but I am human. So if you want my personal opinion about stuff, I'll give it. And that's it for me. So one last time here, we got Boston, Seattle. We're going over the 8.5 in Major League Baseball. I wish you guys the best of luck. Control your units. We'll be back on Saturday for another segment. Take care. We'll talk soon.